Alright, so, previous episode, we took the Kawkusis and we made them evolve by consuming large quantities of biological material, both the type that resists and the type that doesn't. Uh, Actually, you know what? That's a pretty good way of sorting food. How much does it resist the procedure of being eaten? But now we are in the early cell creator, which is an interesting transitory period during Spore's kind of journey, where we have to basically just staple legs onto our creature and then kick it out onto land. But we also get to, for the first time, play with the spine in a more interesting way. We get more options in terms of, the editor has gone from 2D to 3D, so we can actually do, because originally, the editor was just a top-down one like this, so now we can do fun and interesting things with our creature. And we get to play with all the things we've unlocked over the course of the thing. Funnily enough, the only thing we didn't unlock was the omnivore mouth, but because we had both a carnivore and an herbivore mouth, it didn't really matter all that much. So, since the mouths are functionally identical apart from what they get to eat, I'm just going to take off the herbivore mouth. And we will just be a pure obligate carnivore for a while until we get to the creature creator next. And first thing I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take off everything except, yeah, let's be slightly derpy. Except the eyes. And we'll just kind of make things work from there. I think first thing we're going to do is we're going to, extend the body a little bit, but keep it kind of big and bulky. Because I think that's, kind of an interesting... I tend to build, really lanky creatures, so I think having a more squat kind of, four-legged design, I think that, yeah, you know what, that I think is kind of a... Hang on, let's, bring the legs out a little bit, just so that way there we go, get it kind of in a bit more of a yeah, there we go. We have a big old alligator jaws, and we just kind of, yeah. Alright, so right now we are a potato with legs and really big eyes. What kind of adornments should we have? If we're going to be a carnivore, we probably want to spec it to combat a bit. So, what did we have previously? We had horns. I think we should still have horns. They can be, kind of positioned out like this. Okay, this is already becoming incredibly derpy. What else? We had these, and that is gonna be kind of it. So, we look like... That is quite the look. So they're kind of weird potato-y alligators. Huh. Not sure how I feel about this. What, could be a good sort of... Trying to think of, something we could do with this general kind of idea in order to make it a bit more interesting. I think first off, we can make the feet way bigger. It has, a very big, base for its feet, right? Okay, and then we kind of go that and that and bring these out. Yeah, there we go. And then we kind of bring things back down a bit. Okay. Then I think, you know what? Let's make the eyes really tiny. Bring them forward like this. Could just have them be pure. Okay, make the mouth really big. Okay, so they are basically big alligator sort of things. Bring the horns slightly higher up. That looks so... I don't know what to make of that. I do want to keep the tail, though. I feel like this kind of tail-like thing, almost like it kind of... The previous thing for swimming kind of like became like a rudder when it moves underwater. Of course, there isn't a lot of swimming in this game. Alright. Hang on, I don't like how it's clipping. Alright. Alright. Alright, you know what, let's ditch the horns. And let's actually add the spitter. But have it be kind of small. Like, it's kind of like a... I don't know. How exactly would we explain this? Kind of thinking of, like, how... Here's an idea. We have like the eyes be like how they were in the Cell Creator, right? They're kind of big and towards the front, but then we have a third eye angled downwards, it's a little bit smaller. Kind of like the inverse of what you normally see in these sorts of things. This is like the most basic creature creator. Of course, I did an Ixu Chatters yesterday, as of when I'm recording this. Not sure yesterday of when I am, you know, uploading this. Showing, you know, playing around in the creature creator normally, and it has a lot more options than this. But I like to have, you know, kind of fun and interesting designs to look at while I'm playing this, like any third-person game. Alright, I think that's probably going to be the most we can do. As far as our, like, creature design, do I like that look? I mean, the idea that like, it doesn't really blend into its environment. You know, all the plants are going to be, like, green and stuff, and this is orange with bright blue circles. This is not going to blend in worth shit. However, it was originally an herbivore, and, you know, maybe it's poisonous. Again, I'm thinking like blue ring octopus. You know, if you eat it or it bites you, you just get like a shitload of neurotoxin that just makes all your muscles fail, and then you die. You know, so I mean, we are technically poisonous. So yeah, I think that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna be like weird blue ring octopus alligators for a while as we emerge from the tidal pool. Maybe the reason why we stopped eating plants is because we found it was much more nutritionally beneficial to eat other life forms. And that's how we were able to power ourselves up onto land, sort of like, you know, because otherwise we'd have to be just constantly filter feeding algae and stuff, and it wouldn't have, it would have meant we would have had to spend so much time in the water that it just would have completely negated the point of going on land. Of course, when we go onto land, there's going to be loads of plants and stuff already there, so, semantics. I'm applying way too much real-world logic to this. But yes, I think this is going to be the Kawkusis. However, we're going to change the description real quick. The Kawkusis, Kawkusis terrace. This gator potato with huge jaws and 3 eyes, used to be vegetarian. Now it is less picky. Okay, there we go. Like I said, the end of it, the next episode of the last episode, or possibly just earlier in this episode. I don't know if this is going to be a full episode, but it may just be like a short. Don't know. We'll have to see. But this is definitely going to be the end of the episode. And I will see you all. I'll probably play out the creature stage cutscene, and then we'll just kind of be in the next episode. Alright then, I'll see you in the next episode after the cutscene. And up we swim to conquest. Oh, to a loading screen. A few moments later. And here we are. Not quite emerging from the water, but I guess we're working on it. Right. And off we go, and the baby ones look so derpy, as they usually do.